Hello again, beautiful beings, and welcome back to another live at 5:55 or 2:55 or 11:55 or 8:55. Wherever you are in the world, I know that, I have such an international audience and I'm so grateful. Just like I was messaging all of you in the little chat room, I am so grateful to be able to have a community like this where one day I can talk about quantum physics, the next day I can talk about aliens, and the next day I can talk about, ascension upgrades and DNA shifting and different symptoms that I'm going through. It's easy. It's easier to be myself than ever before with all of you here. And I hope that all of you feel that it's easier to be yourself with all of us here. Not just me, but all of us. This is a community. And one day I would love to get this community together and do maybe an international, I don't know what it would be, like an international tour, right? And do a bunch of speaking for all of you. I know tons of people in Australia, tons of people in the Netherlands, tons of people in Germany, oddly enough. Lots of people in England, lots of people in England, obviously America, Canada, really fantastic. Yeah, I feel like those are the main places, but I mean, all over the world, you guys are fantastic. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out of appreciation. Today we're talking about Ascension updates and upgrades. It's huge. It's huge. Yeah, I'm sure all of you have been feeling it this past week, maybe for a couple of weeks. Hi, D-Wald. Thanks for that super chat. Yeah, it's been really intense, really, really intense. So I'll kind of go over the main things that I'm going to be talking about today. So I'm going to be talking about the summer 2020, just what to prepare for, what to be aware of, what's going to be happening in the summer of 2020. I'm going to be talking about the main symptoms, both physical symptoms as well as energetic symptoms. Yeah, I have a little reminder for you as well, a little 3D reminder. And then we're going to finish off with a very powerful message to humanity from the Galactic Federation. I know it's been a little while since you've heard from them. They definitely have a lot to say. And I'm hoping that maybe in the next month, I'll do another full check-in video where it's actually verbatim. I just wrote down what they told me to write, but it wasn't necessarily directly from their, I guess it was from their mouth, but I like to type out everything that they say exactly as they say it and be very objective about it. So, but they were talking to me today, lots of downloads, lots of upgrades, and they have a pretty strong message for all of you at the end of this. All right. So, other than that, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification button. Be sure to like this video. Obviously, if you feel like these videos are helping you, I super appreciate that. And of course, really great day and welcome to all of my members as well. Thank you for being here. And all of my brand new members as well. You've got 60 plus videos to binge watch, so you might be kept occupied in quarantine. So my intention for this video today is to make all of you feel more at ease or way more at ease during this time of change and challenge, because that's exactly what we have right now. We have a time of change and challenge. And if you haven't already been feeling it, you will be feeling it. So hang on, strap in, get that seatbelt on, because it's going to be a wild ride. And thank you, Mary and Unicorn Kitty, for your super chats. Really appreciate it. Obviously, if this video resonates with you, I definitely appreciate and accept super chats with open arms. So I was really feeling it this past week. Tons of symptoms really hit me. No, not COVID symptoms, Ascension symptoms. And it was really intense. So these symptoms are directly related to awakening. They're directly related to the ascension. They're directly related to you shifting and moving to a new vibrational frequency. And a lot of these symptoms are also corresponding and directly connected to the Schumann resonance. I know a lot of you have been watching the Schumann resonance. I'm so happy that you have. I think a lot more channelers and a lot more even doctors and scientists are talking about the Schumann resonance. I know that we can't really technically call it the Schumann resonance. It's something different, but we don't really have a name for it yet. So we're just going to call it the Schumann resonance. And yeah, so it's been spiking. I mean, even today, it was 91, I think, this morning. I don't know what it is today. If you guys know, please chime in, let me know. But yeah, so the Schumann resonance is basically the electrical, magnetic, vibrational frequency measurement. Okay, that's a lot of words. It's an energy measurement on the planet, okay? And so when we understand that the electromagnetic frequency on the planet is spiking, then essentially that frequency is going to affect us because we are far more and far greater than just physical bodies. We are frequency bodies. We are bodies of energy. And the more and more we start to focus and hone in and appreciate our energy, not more so than our physical, it has to be a balance, but the more that we're aware of it and we can focus on it and we can appreciate it, the more we actually get sensitive to all of it. Okay, and thank you guys. So much love from all of you. Thank you for all of those super chats. Yeah, so it's really important. Unfortunately, these symptoms are not going to go away anytime soon. But the beautiful thing about these symptoms is that no matter how intense they get in that moment, no matter how much you think you're dying in that moment, and we've all been there and gotten sick and all had these huge upgrades and ego deaths, no matter how much it sucks in the moment, it could alleviate the very next day. Right? The beautiful thing about these awakening symptoms is that they're very intense, but just as quickly as they came on, they can actually leave our body. Especially in the summer of 2020, so really the next 3 months, July, August, even going into September, we're going to get these highs and lows of vibrational frequency. And it's going to hit us in waves, okay? That's what I see it as, is these waves of energy hitting us and affecting our frequency. So here are just some of the symptoms that you're going to feel when the Schumann resonance spikes, but also just in general. So the last 3 days I spent in bed. I never do that because I'm very productive and I'm a very go, go, go kind of person. And you know, it kills me to not be productive. And even my wife is like, I've never seen you like this. This is weird. And I'm like, I know. I don't know what it is. And when I tapped into it, all I heard was activations, activations, activations. And what they showed me is that we need to basically turn this switch off completely, which means go to sleep, in order for the activations, the DNA activations and upgrades to come through. If we are in the present moment, do you know how much time and energy goes into just being in your body and awake in this reality in the present moment? I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm restless, I'm anxious, I'm emotional, I need to do this, now I'm doing this, now I'm making coffee, now I'm doing this. It's nonstop. It's nonstop, right? There's so much energy, just even being still in the present moment, there is so much energy. We need to turn the switch off. We need to flip the switch off in order for the upgrades and the activations to happen. So one of the biggest symptoms that you're going to feel when you're going through an activation is exhaustion. Okay, it's exhaustion. You're just going to feel tired. You're just going to feel drained. And listen to your body. Please listen to your body. If you don't listen to your body and you don't give it what it needs, it's going to get worse. You're going to get more and more tired. Okay, so the main symptoms here are exhaustion, nausea. And if you have any of these symptoms or you have had any of these symptoms in the past couple of months, raise your hand or comment in the chat box or comment below, okay? Whether you're watching this live or afterwards, comment, let me know. Exhaustion, nausea, like really gross nausea. Like every time I eat, like I'm so hungry and I eat something and then I feel sick afterwards. I feel gross afterwards. Headaches are a huge symptom that's going on right now. Huge pineal gland activations, which means pressure right in the back, in the middle of your skull. And then also we're opening up 2 new chakras on the top of our crown chakra, which means that it's going to feel pressure, like something that's clamping down on the top of your head. Okay, so headaches suck, but that's happening too. The other thing that happened and has been happening for me and a bunch of my clients in the past month, chest pains. Yes, the breathing issues have been weird. The over-awareness of breath has been really apparent. Heaviness on the chest, but I'm specifically talking about sharp pains in your heart area. Sharp pains in your chest area. Look, I'm 27. I'm almost 28, and technically I'm almost 30, which freaks me out a little bit. No, I'm kidding. I don't care about age. But there's no complications for me. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, if I was probably like 50, 60 plus, I would be pretty worried that I was getting chest pains. You know, I would be worried. But I have to remind myself I am a fit, young human being, and there's no reason for these chest pains, right? So I want to remind all of you who are older, who maybe you do have breathing issues or heart issues, I want to remind you that heart pains, I took a look at this just the other day, just this past week, and I had to ask the Galactic Federation and the Palladians, I'm like, please tell me, what are these chest pains? The second that I got it validated that it wasn't just me, I asked, you know, and basically what they told me is, this is really cool, they said that it has everything to do with higher heart chakra activations. Does anyone else know what higher heart chakra activation or higher heart chakra is? I didn't really know this until I met or, spent some time with my beautiful Palladian friend, Rosa. She's got huge, crazy singing bowls, and she introduced me to the higher heart chakra. I don't really actually know much about it. All I know is that it's another chakra in the heart chakra area. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that the Palladians were trying to tell me a bunch about it too. I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. It's new connections to vibration, frequencies, dimensions, and energies around you that you can't necessarily perceive with your 5 senses. And that's also what the 13 chakra system is allowing us to do as well. It's allowing us to connect energetically and more sensitively, getting more and more sensitive to the world around us, which can feel very overwhelming at first, which is fine, right? So be aware of that. Some other honorable mentions with the activation symptoms. Tooth pain. Anyone else have weird jaw or tooth pain going on? Weird ear ringing, popping ears, heat, like really intense heat going through your body, really intense chills or cold going through your body. The other thing too is dizziness, lightheadedness, sore throat, oddly enough, super hungry. Anyone else been super hungry? Like, I swear, before the 3 days of just being completely zonked out this past weekend, I was so hungry. Like, I swear, I was eating constantly all day. And now I don't feel hungry at all. Now I feel completely like lack of appetite, right? So these are all symptoms. That's okay. You are going through activations. The other thing that I want to mention, one more honorable mention, because it is popping in here, is your old injuries in your body. So maybe you had foot surgery, maybe you had kidney surgery, maybe, I don't know, maybe you broke a bone in the past. Those old injuries will be acting up because your body is trying to purge itself of the old frequencies that have been held in the body. Okay? So be aware of that and just honor that space. Same thing with exhaustion. Honor the space of being tired. Allow yourself to rest. The more that you're laying in bed watching Netflix, binge watching my channel, the more that you're doing that and hating yourself for doing that. Oh, I really should do yard work. I really, should do my masterclass homework. I really have got to, feed the kid. I don't know. You should definitely feed your kids. But, you're sitting there and you're thinking that you need to be somewhere else. You don't. The more that you resist your current present moment, the more surrender that you're going to need to take after. Okay? Don't push yourself in those moments when your body is saying, don't push me. All right? Okay, good. Also, I want to talk about energetic symptoms. Most of those are physical symptoms. Energetic symptoms, feeling super overwhelmed. Once again, your star seeds, your cosmic beings, you're all being activated right now. There's new DNAs that are, and I just got chills, there's new DNA strands that are being activated and awoken in your body. And that's going to allow you to have your psychic and intuitive abilities online, right? Online, but it's also going to make you feel extremely overwhelmed because you're going to be sensitive to everything. And a lot of my clients have been very scared about going back to work because they're so sensitive now, right? So it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Healthy boundaries, putting yourself in a bubble, journaling, emotional support for yourself are all super important. Taking the time to walk in the forest or the desert or take a bath or what have you. The other energetic symptoms that you're going to be feeling is apathy. Has anyone else out there been feeling super apathetic? And for those of you who don't know what that word means, because I just learned about this word like 2 years ago, is you just don't feel like doing anything. It's I wouldn't call it lazy. I don't like that word at all. It's just this utter indecisive, non-energy, non-excitement for anything. All right? Once again, surrender to the apathy, surrender to the nothingness. Do nothing in that moment. If you push yourself to do something when you feel apathetic, you're only pushing the apathy into your future. Okay? A lot of highs and lows emotionally as well, or completely neutral. If you're a very divine masculine energy, you're just going to be like, especially to your wife, because this is how I am. She's like, oh my God, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. That was great. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, that's great, honey. Yeah. Like I'm just super neutral. So I don't know if it's just me. Typically it's, there's a mirror there, but if you're divine masculine, typically you'll just kind of be right neutral right across the board. And then if you're divine feminine, you're going to be all over the board, all right, with the highs and lows. Once again, that's okay. You're just activating your activation needs acclamation. Oh, I love that. Once again, activation needs acclamation. You need to acclimate to the new energies and frequencies that are moving through your body. Okay. Also, the other things, energetic symptoms, you're going to be super aware of your thoughts, way more intuitive. Anyone else like really just aware of their thoughts or aware of their intuitive frequencies coming through? More glitches in the matrix, more deja vus, heightened visuals in dreams, right? So all of those things are going to be really coming and rushing to you at this time. Just allow it to come and always find a place where you can ground. It's super important. Bring it back into your body. Okay, cool. So moving forward, I want to remind you of something. And I'm going to be talking a little bit like in reference to Black Lives Matter and also in reference to COVID and what's going on with the pandemic. Okay. And then after I give you this little reminder, we're going to hop right into the Galactic Federation message that they have for all of you that I literally channeled like 30 minutes ago. All right. So a reminder. We have all had false comfort in 3D. And I'm going to repeat that. It's really important. We have all had false comfort in 3D. And I've spoken about this before. Oh, don't worry about that. President Obama's got it. He's got our back. He's going to figure it out. Yeah, we're fine. We're good. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm sure CNN, is telling the truth on that. I'm sure that that really happened. We're good. Don't worry about it. We have all had false comfort in 3D. We have all convinced ourselves that this reality is the truth. Whether, you're at the limit of the mainstream media is the truth, or the president is the truth, or the global financial system is the truth, or my job is the truth, or this table is the truth. It's all an illusion, all of it. I don't care how awakened you've been for how many years. I will admit it in my own right. I have been disillusioned by the falsehood of 3D. And we've all been in this place of false comfort. And no longer. We have all been forced to be very uncomfortable. Who else here has been extremely uncomfortable, maybe more so than ever before, in 2020? You lost your job. Your relationship went to shit. You realized you weren't a great guy, or whatever. Who else here has been very uncomfortable in a lot of ways in 2020? Me. Definitely me. We needed to be uncomfortable in this reality to question it. False comfort in 3D. Oh yeah, the president's got it. We started as a nation, as a global society, we started to get very uncomfortable when people like Trump started to be in office. We started to get very uncomfortable. And that was very needed for this society so that we can wake up and say, no, I'm not standing behind this. No, I don't agree with this. No, the president doesn't have my back. I'm not taken care of. So who's going to take care of us? Us. We are the 99%. We are the global collective. And we have been controlled, people. I don't know about you, but we've been brainwashed this entire time to be dull, to not think for ourselves. We've been struggling, but we didn't even know that we were struggling. We've been ignorant, but we didn't know that we were ignorant. And now we see it all. And that's why you were so frustrated at your Aunt Mary last Thanksgiving when you're like, hey, how do you feel about that? She's a super negative, right? That's where you get frustrated because you see it now. You see people who are disillusioned. You see people who are ignorant. You see people who are jumping on the bandwagon just to jump on the bandwagon because they feel like they're jumping on a cause. They don't actually connect to it. And they're just following each other. You see that for what it's worth. And I'm not telling you to agree with what's happening and this ignorance. I'm just saying don't allow other people's ignorance to affect you because you were once there. What I do ask of you is to have trust and faith that despite your own vaccinations, despite your own public schooling, despite your own indoctrination into a religion or a family structure or a relationship that didn't serve you, despite all of that, you freed yourself. You're here right now. And if you can trust that the rest of the world and the population on this planet is strong enough to free themselves, and you understand that they are all learning their own lessons and that they are all on their own contracts, then we can finally come together. But the more judgment and resistance and trigger that you get over someone else's unawareness, the more you're adding to the problem. Okay. I want to start the Galactic Federation message with something that's going to be a little bit of a shocker to you, because it was a shocker for me. They gave me this message and I was sitting there saying, oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Yep. And I hope that all of you sit there and you just ponder this. You don't have to take action on it. There's actually no action to take. Yeah, but I want you to just ruminate on this. Okay. So, you know the whole Black Lives Matter rally? You remember that? That just happened? All right. So, what the Galactic Federation told me, I didn't ask them about this. I was just channeling the whole, you need to feel uncomfortable in order to wake up. I was channeling that, and they popped in because they knew I was going to connect with them. And they told me something. Like I said, it was pretty shocking. They told me that the Black Lives Matter rally, I don't know, protests, okay, that was plan B. That's what they said. It was plan B. And I said to them, okay, so what was plan A? And they told me that there always needed to be protests globally, internationally. There needed to be a protest. And we all needed to come together around one cause. That's what they told me. And I said, yep, I agree. Yep, we need to change things. We need to show our strength in our numbers. That was the whole point. I mean, yes, we are systemically clearing a lot of trauma with racism and Black lives, 100%. But the bigger picture here is that we needed to show our strength with the 99%. We need to stand up and say, we're not taking this. And the next thing to happen that we don't like collectively, we're going to stand up together again. So watch out, And so, okay, take this or leave this. Once again, guys, this is pretty intense. They told me that plan A for the protest, because the protests needed to happen, they told me that plan A for the protests was actually to march against child pedophilia and slavery, because classified documents got declassified, and basically the world found out about the huge pedophilia ring that was recently and still is being taken down, that was underground, huge underground operation. So crazy. They said that was plan A, that people were supposed to be marching against child pedophilia all over the world, and that was going to help the cause. Crazy, right? It literally hit me so hard, and it resonated so deeply. And so what they said was that they stopped whatever the documents were that were supposed to be released. They stopped it. I'm not going to say who. I can say it. The reptilians stopped it. All right. Now, what the GFL said is that the protests needed to happen to show our strength, but also, especially with the child pedophilia, it was almost like the border of the border of the border of the truth of what's happening. Because the reason why all of those children have been enslaved for centuries, I mean, since the dawning of humanity, is for, and I'm just going to open up a can of worms for all of you who don't know, is for something called adrenochrome, which is something that reptilians feed off of in extremely scared and deprived and unfortunately children. And so there's always been this mission behind the Galactic Federation to expose the reptilian agenda on the planet. And that mission is still continuing. And it was a long time ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, where I saw a vision of a very famous pop singer. I didn't see who it was. It looked like a male. Could have been Justin Bieber, who was on stage. And on stage, I don't know if he was just stressed out or overworked or overwhelmed or whatever, he literally shapeshifted into a giant 10-foot tall reptilian being in front of not just tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of live audience members, but millions of people during live streaming on their phones. Millions of people saw that. And I was so excited. And I thought that that was going to happen back in 2013. Right? So there's always been this plan to expose the reptilian agenda, but they can't just come out and say, you know, the reptilians are here, and they've actually been in control of the world this whole time. The absolute pandemonium that would ensue after an announcement like that would drive the world into chaos. Let's just say we're not ready for that, unfortunately. Yeah, but I just thought it was very interesting that BLM was Plan B, needed to happen. Absolutely, completely agree. But pedophilia was first. That was going to be the first protest. That was meant to be. So just something to think about. Just something to ponder your little minds on tonight, or to do a little bit of Googling. Why not, right? Okay, so. All right, so like I said, I'm going to give a full Galactic Federation update. Hopefully in the next month, we'll see. There's a lot of questions that I think that need to be asked, and I think people just need to feel good. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. So I just wanted to check in with the Galactic Federation. For those of you who don't know, I channel the Pleiadians. Beautiful Palladian, you know, I call them a security council because they deal with security matters on planet Earth. So I just asked them, I said, what do we need to know right now? This is more so, it's not verbatim, word for word, like I have before. It's easier for me to do that when I type it up so I can get every word. This is me just kind of taking it and translating it, but it's pretty powerful. Okay, so the first thing that the Galactic Federation and the Palladian Security Council want you all to know is stay calm. Like, just understand with full trust that everything that is currently happening is happening for a reason. Okay, so the number one is just stay calm. Okay. Second thing that they wanted you to know is listen to your intuition. Or gut. They know that that's a saying here, and they were like kind of chuckling around it, like listen to your gut. But they understand that that's vibrationally where you feel things, so they thought it was funny. Listen to your gut. They just think it was funny. Anyway, yeah. So listen to your intuition, though, right? Stay calm. Listen to your intuition. Oh yeah. They also said, they just reminded me. With listen to your intuition, they were talking about. To fight or not to fight, right? And by fight, they mean to stand up and to rebel, to sign a petition, to walk the streets, to wear a mask or not to wear a mask, to fight or not to fight. Like at this time, listen to yourself. They said there's no better or worse. There are individuals on this planet who are rebels, who are leaders, who are supposed to be standing up and kind of soapbox preaching right now. And there are others of you who are grid workers, who are not supposed to stand up and say anything, but who are supposed to be working with the planet Earth and aligning crystalline vibrational frequency to this planet. Listen to yourself, and you can only listen to what your mission is right now at this time if you stay calm. If you're in a place of survival or reaction, you won't be able to listen and hear the messages of where your soul wants to lead you. Because that's the truth. Your soul wants to lead you. And your human wants to always be right, wants to always be first. Okay. Also, the Galactic Federation said that they are doing, this is what they said, we are doing everything that we can. We are actually adding to the Schumann resonance spikes. So this is really cool. I don't know how they're doing this. I guess they have their own electromagnetic frequency machines, I'm sure. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. Like we have something called the Rife machine. For those of you who know it or don't know it, it basically gives you electromagnetic feedback into your body. The Galactic Federation basically has that, but like times 100, you know. So they said we are adding to the Schumann resonance spikes. What else did they say? Yes. Yes. Okay, so we are helping you remember who you are and ascend I couldn't read my own writing, while fighting. So right now, they basically were talking about a huge galactic war that's happening. A lot of the angels are actually fighting in this war. I forgot to mention in my hybrid video that the angels are also really incredible warriors as well and fighters. There's a huge galactic battle going on right behind the scenes on this planet in the astral realm. A lot of you are galactic warriors. A lot of you have been called into action within your astral body. That's also why a lot of you have been very sick or very tired very often, because you've been fighting with them. And then while they're fighting this war, this huge battle that's happening, they're also helping you all remember, okay? So they also said that more and more cosmic activity will be witnessed moving forward. More and more cosmic activity will be witnessed. What they mean by that is that they were showing me weird sounds coming from the sky, battles between literally UFOs in the sky. They were talking about videos, tons of videos coming out with UFOs all over the planet right now. So if you don't already, check out some UFO watching Instagram pages. They're really awesome. They post brand new videos every day. UFO sightings are happening on a daily basis right now all across the world. Apparently that's only going to increase. So be aware of that. No one's talking about it in mainstream, of course. Also, okay, super important, more suppression will be forced on Earth. More suppression will be forced on Earth. They are attempting to suppress before you all remember who you are. I'm going to repeat that because it's really important. They are attempting to suppress you before you remember who you are. And they were talking about, they're trying to move forward on 5G and mandatory vaccinations and fear and chemtrails. Like, they are really pushing at this time, pushing so hard at this time on trying to suppress us. While at the same time, they're basically trying to hit us, to target us, to take us down before we wake up, before we remember how powerful we are, before we remember that we cannot be taken down. Super important, okay? Also, the Galactic Federation wants you to know that your contracts are coming to an end on this planetary system. So although you are liberated, you are still lost. Although you are liberated, you are still lost. Once again, your contracts are coming to an end on this planetary system. What that means is that you are completing the reason why you came here. The very fact that the Schumann resonance is spiking, the very fact that we are all ascending and waking up, the very fact that we are getting back to a utopian society, which requires destruction in order to rebuild, we're getting back to Atlantean times. And because we are, your job is done. And now your soul doesn't know what to do here. You could be 18 years old and you're like, now what? Now what do I do? Your contracts are coming to an end. There is nothing in particular that you need to or have to do at this time, which is kind of like a chicken with its head cut off. You don't know where to go, right? And that's okay that you feel lost. That's okay. And that comes down to stay calm and listen to your intuition. Your intuition will guide you to where you need to be. Okay, this is what they said, yeah. They said, sit in peace before you find your next calling. Sit in peace before you find your next calling. And they're talking peace, they talk about quieting your mind, but that's just how they worded it. And then, yes, they said, so sit in peace before you find your next calling. You will want to assist, and we need you. You will want to assist this planet. You don't have contracts to assist. If you wanted to chill and just watch Netflix for the rest of your life, you could do that. 100%, your contracts are done. You are free. You are liberated. You can do anything you want. But I promise you, I guarantee that the thing that's going to drive you forward, the thing that's going to activate you and fulfill you and satisfy your soul, is going to be helping the rest of the planet awaken. Because that's what you're good at. And that's what you signed up for. And now it's easier than ever before. Maybe it's a conversation that you have with your brother. Maybe it's a smile that you give your neighbor. Maybe it's a cake that you bake your coworker. You're here to make a positive impact on the planet. Once again, we need you. We need as many light workers, starseeds, cosmic beings, volunteers online. When I say online, I mean online as possible. We need you. We need that positivity. Stop resisting within your own frequency and accept that you are special and that you are here for a reason and that this is one of the greatest events planet Earth has ever seen. Ever. Last thing that the GFL wants you all to know. Always remember that we love you so much. And you are more than just our children. You are the brave ones. You are more than just our children. You are the brave ones. You are the volunteers. You are the ones who decided to come here amidst all of this polarity, amidst all of this density. So thank you. From my heart, from their soul, to all of you, thank you for being here. Not just right now, but on this planet, willing to stand for the light. Because it's time. And once again, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like this video, share this video on all of the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, email. People need to know that they're not dying, that they're not getting sick, that they're just ascending, that they're just waking up, and that it's time to love yourself throughout this process. Bye for now.